Now then, people, it's Joe, Leeds TV, and it is your Brentford preview. Hopefully we're all starting to feel a little bit better after Wigan. I'm still feeling pretty low about it, but with football, you know, you have to move on. You have to get on. You have to believe. Look, we've got 3 games left to go. You know, we need to win them all. Let's be under no illusions. It's a monumental task now. It's a very, very tough game coming up on Easter Monday. But before we get into that, let me just first of all say Happy Easter to everyone. And also, today is the last day for voting for the Football Blogging Awards. As you all know, as we keep mentioning, we've been voted for Best New Content Creator in the Football Blogging Awards. There's a link in the description to this video and all over our social media. So if you could please take a moment to vote for us in that. As I say, it'd be greatly appreciated from both me and the team. But yeah, let's talk about the game. I mean, we'll briefly touch on Wigan, some things that I missed out from a post-match. Obviously, we all know how poor it was. Players like Alioski, Jack Harrison, even Pablo, Click, they always performances. Definitely. Some of them might not even make the side. You know, for me, there would be changes, but will be able to do that? Probably not. You know, and another key thing that came out, I think it was Phil here that tweeted it out after the game, 59 crosses in that game. And we all know how they worked out. I mean, not one of them came off, did it? 59 crosses, crazy stat when you think about it. But I did say, let's see where we're at after Monday. After Easter Monday, obviously, with the game Good Friday and Easter Monday. Now, none of us expected us to lose at Wigan. But there's nothing saying that Sheffield United or Norwich can't, you know, slip up a game. Listen, since that international break, since we came back on the 30th of March, just to run down, to give you an idea of how each, us and Sheffield United and Norwich have performed, you can tell the pressure's on, because out of a possible 15 points that have been available since we came back after the loss at Sheffield United, Sheffield United have picked up 8 points, Norwich have picked up 9, and we've picked up 9. So it shows you that there will be, you know, lots of to-ing and fro-ing between now and the end. I know there's only 3 games left, and listen, we have left ourselves with a monumental task. Let's not kid ourselves. Brentford away and Villa at home are going to be super, super tough. I mean, if we look at Brentford, even just Leeds, history-wise, we've just won one of our last 14 championship games played in the south, in London. You know, we've failed to win any of our last 9 games at Griffin Park, and that dates back to 1950. 9 games is a hell of a long time. And look, Brentford have only lost 1 of the last 10 at home this season in the Championship. They're very, very good at home. If they could sort out their away form, they'd be up there. And let's be under no illusions, they're a very, very good side. Very good side. I mean, last time out it was 1-1, if we remember. Ayling got a second yellow late on. Ollie Watkins with that terrible dive over BPF that got them the penalty, and Maupay slots it on. We do come back to equalise. Janssen with a lovely header. I watched the highlights earlier on today, and the ball from Alioski is unreal. Like, what's happened? If you compare it with the 59 crosses, which a large part of them were from Alioski, I believe, just have a look at the highlights from the previous game and check the delivery for Janssen's header. It was an absolute peach, so more of that, please. But yeah, they're a very, very good side, Brentford. You just have to look at the man, Neil Maupay. He's the main man. He's been involved in 30 goals this season in the Championship, scoring 23. And has 7 assists. And even when I looked at that last game, I mean, at home, they had quite a lot of it. It was a pretty even game. It was full of chances, and it's going to be much the same. We just need to make sure that we do take our chances this time around. We have to. Admittedly, last time around we had no Bamford or Roof. Pablo was out and Dallas was playing at left back, and you had Harrison and Alioski on either wing, which, you know, it's not the best attacking threat wing-wise, is it? And obviously no focal point without Bamford or Roof. I think Roberts was leading the line at that time. So there is changes in the lineup. I mean, for me, would you make changes for this game? Would you make changes for the Brentford game? I personally would. I'd make sure Roberts stays in. I would bring on Jack Clark for Jack Harrison. And I'd start Roof. I'd like to see the connection between Roberts and Roof and see what that's got to bring. Same back line. Unfortunately, it looks like Cooper's going to be out tomorrow. He was missed. He was really, really missed. You could see that. But yeah, same back four. And then I'm putting Pablo on the right, Click and Roberts in the middle, Clark on the left for me, and Roof up top. They're the changes I would make. But will we see changes? Will Bielsa make changes? Will he continue how he has done for the majority of the season and keep faith with the team? I do just, and this isn't calling anyone out, I just do think we need a little bit of freshness, a fresh impetus. Maybe Clark can offer that from minute one as opposed to coming on later on in the game when teams are shutting us out. Do you bring Jamie Shackleton in? There's a case for that as well, but I just think if Jamie Shackleton wasn't getting a game at right back when Ayling was performing poorly, he ain't getting in midfield because he's only ever made appearances in that position. I think he played there in the cup. He came on late, I think against West Brom, but he hasn't played there enough for Bielsa to say, right, okay, I'll start you from minute one. I may be wrong, but I just can't see it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the exact same lineup. And he says to them boys, go out and show me. I mean, even Bielsa came out and said it was a game they had to win. He understood the importance of it because he knows the task of the next two. And people say, oh, history is history. Look, it's there for a reason. But if you look at the Sheffield United game, we hadn't won there since 91-92, I believe, and we went and won there this season. So we can, but I just think just one of our last 14 games played in London. This is only in the Championship. We've only won one of our last 14 played in the South. And we haven't won a game at Griffin Park all the way back to 1950. And there's even further stats which I haven't, jotted down, but there's stuff like we've failed to score in so many, and we've never scored more than 2. So it's just not a happy hunting ground for us. But you have to believe, and the players have to believe, they know they need to win this game. It's a totally different complexion to the game than, say, if you were at, 13, 14, if you're not really interested. This game now is huge. And Leeds United this season, whenever they've been on they've had a loss, they've come back fighting. There is nothing stopping us from going and winning these next 3. We still don't know, even if we win the next 3, if it'll be enough. Because we have to rely on Norwich and Sheffield United to drop points, because Norwich are out of it. It was so soul destroying when they dropped points against Sheff Wednesday, because we could have been 2 behind them. But again, I've done enough of that now, going over things in my head. It's Sunday, we've got a game. It's Easter Sunday, we've got a game tomorrow. We have to get it out of our mind. We have to move on. But the one saving grace is, and I touched on it earlier, since the international break, since we came back on the 30th of March, we're on par. Sheffield United have picked up 8 points, Leeds 9, and Norwich 9. So it shows you the pressure is getting to all 3, because it was pressure on Good Friday. That's the only reason for me we've lost that game. I think if it's earlier on in the season, we probably come through it. I just think there was so much riding on it, and the players felt that. And when they went 2-1 down, it was like, what are we going to do? And it was just a continuous catalogue of just doing the same things, and that's what we can't afford to do this time around. We need to, and that's why for me we need to freshen it up, and hopefully changes will be made. But if they're not, and the boys perform, then fair enough. Do you know what I mean? But it is going to be very, very tough. And I'm under no illusion. Listen, I'm a positive man. You know this. It's our time. All that stuff. I still feel it might go to the last day at Ipswich now, and we have to hope that it does. But you can't sit here and pretend that it's all going to be so gravy and easy, because it's not. Brentford's very difficult, and then we've got Villa. Villa's huge as well. But I did say prior to the Easter fixtures, let's see where we're at Monday. And there's nothing stopping Hull getting a result tomorrow, us winning, and it'd be as you were. And this is football, I've seen, there's been a lot of stuff on the Sheffield United pages about our videos, for example, and how downbeat we look. But it wasn't just the week before, when they dropped points against Millwall. They felt the same, you know what I mean? And it has done that since the international break. It has swung for and against. So we have to hold on to that, because you know, whenever Sheffield United have been in the top two as well, they've always struggled. They've struggled to handle that. So let's hope that happens again. But we have to concentrate on ourselves. We have to concentrate on ourselves first and get the game won. And hopefully we can do that tomorrow. And through gritted teeth, I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-1 Leeds win. Fingers crossed. But thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Easter again. As I say, make sure you vote for us in the Football Blogging Awards. Let's keep the faith, boys. Let's keep believing, and ladies, sorry. We can do this, man. We never do it the easy way. It's probably written that this would happen. But thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts ahead of tomorrow. Marching on together now. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.